Hey guys, I'm out hunting mushrooms on the Oregon coast. It's the first week of September. It's still very early for the mushrooms I'm targeting, which are king boletes. So that's Porcini, Boletus, edulis, whatever you want to call it. And I haven't found much yet. The previous spot I checked, I didn't find anything at all. There were a couple of slipper jacks. But the grass and the ground cover this year has been very, very tall. And there's lots of signs of flooding, so there's plenty of moisture, so we just need a little bit more time. Usually in those years where the grass is like almost too tall to hunt, they're probably the best years for as far as the mushroom flushing goes. Being the first week, usually, you know, it's still kind of early, but I was just noticing that the huckleberries, which you can see here, you know, they're pretty much ripe. And usually, those are really good. Usually when that's the case, there's usually kings about. In fact, a lot of years when I was picking the earliest kings, the huckleberries were way less or way more immature than this. And there's two types out here on the coast. This really dark berried one and the more lighter blue colored one, like this. And they all grow in the same areas. I don't know, I kind of prefer the lighter colored one, I think. They're both pretty good. But that one kind of tastes more like blueberries. But anyway, I was just thinking of that. Look at all these huckleberries. Nice and ripe. Where are the kings? And literally as I was about to kind of head back, I was looking at that branch here, and I look over the right. And right down here, it's a bit chewed up. Oh, in fact, you can see who was chewing on it. There's a slug. But sounds good. Other than all the slug chew marks, that's a really nice button. And I'll definitely be taking that. I don't care about the slug marks. And if you're wondering, why on earth does he keep on tapping the top of these mushrooms? It's the sound that makes can kind of give me an idea of whether it's going to be wormy or solid on the inside. So more of like a solid drum sound is usually a nice fresh one, and a dull kind of sound is an old one. So kind of like a sonar, I guess you could say. Anyway, I didn't even bring a bag or a knife, so I wasn't really oh, wait a second, look at this. But so there are a few out here apparently. Alright, so if we wanted to find more, you can see how fat those bulbs are. So these, in complete maturity, they probably wouldn't have gotten this high and had quite large caps, but this is like the perfect stage to pick them, because at that point they're definitely going to be wormy. If I wanted to find more based on this, I would take this kind of as a line to guide me. It's usually kind of curved, so it's not straight all the time. And based on the age, kind of in this direction, I might expect to find ones that are this age or maybe even younger. And in that direction, I would expect those to be of that age or even older. So oftentimes they do kind of have this directionality of age, but not always. So let's see if we can find some more here. I only spotted that big one earlier. And it's not guaranteed that whatever you find around is part of the same mycelium or flush. But, wait a second, what is that? Oh yeah, look at that. Ooh, doggy. Now that's a perfect one. Sounds good. It's quite a find on the camera. Let's see if we can spot some more. They're still kind of keeping in a mushroom hump situation. There's not a huge amount of detritus in these coastal spots, so they don't usually make shrumps. Although the matsutake out here definitely do, as you've probably seen in one of my previous videos. But those start quite a lot deeper underground. Let's see here. And of course the kings love to grow underneath the huckleberries and underneath the spruce branches, which are really sharp, so that's always fun. But yeah, here they're either associated with the Sitka spruce or the coastal lodgepole pine, which is pretty much everything you see around you here. So in this spot you can really see how tall the grass has gotten in these areas. And even if there are mushrooms around, it can be very difficult to spot those there. So that's when it really becomes important. If you spot one, check around to see if there's more. There's a couple slippery jacks here. And I spotted a king over here. There's a nice little button. And then I thought I saw one over here too. Oh yeah, right next to this anthill here. So this one's a bit chewed up, but still looks good and shouldn't have any worms in it. Let's see. And just checking on the bottom doesn't always work for these, because oftentimes well actually in this one you can see it is wormy. See all those channels there? But oftentimes, even if you do check it at the bottom of the stipe, the fungus gnats most often lay their eggs and the larvae crawl up somewhere up here. Well, depending on the type, these obviously were laid in the ground. Let's see what this is all about here. I mean, that could be, I think, usable by a lot of people's standards. You can see them wriggling around. There's one making a run for it. And this other one looks a lot fresher. So that one should be good to go. And the 3 I had before, I checked those, and those are all really solid as well. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.